Hello and good morning. Hello and good morning. It is Monday morning. We are here. I had a little bit of feedback there. Open this. All right. Give me one moment. I'm going to shut my door. Okay. So we are here. Hopefully you can hear me. If you are on and you're listening and you can't hear me, please let me know. I see James Moore is with us this morning already. Good job being right at 10. Laura is with us this morning also. Good to have you. Judy Marsh, good morning to you, Judy. Good morning, Renee. So James Moore, Renee. So my dad, my mother-in-law there, Laura, Judy. So great to have everybody here on a Monday morning. I've been trying to do some other things, but get some stuff set up. And I feel like I'm always saying that, so maybe it's just an excuse at this point. But anyway, Keith, good to see you watching from Oklahoma City. Happy about that. We're going countrywide now. Kathy Wood, good morning to you. And good morning to Shirley Bikeman. So again, just super happy to have everybody here this morning. I'm working on some things. One of the things that I'm working on, I'm going to show you guys. My camera is very wobbly. I don't know why, but the camera sits on the monitor, and it's just super wobbly. I'm not sure, so I gotta fix that. I'm gonna try to get like a mount for it. So anyway, I keep telling our team I'm gonna change things and finish getting everything ready in the office so it looks better. I don't like this behind me, like that area over there. I don't really like the way it looks. So I feel like I want to like move the camera. You guys can't see it. I want to move the camera like this way so we're shooting straight on, and then put something here behind me. So I'm gonna do some stuff there. Anyway, that's just what I'm looking at. Good morning, Linda. How are you doing this morning? So glad for you to join us. And Christy is here. Christy, we love you so much, and we're praying for you for sure. She says good morning, so she's with us for now. Maybe by the end of this, she's no longer with us here. So, do I need a green screen? I don't think I want a green screen. I don't know. We could. That's a route that some have gone when they've done these. I don't know what we call these live streams. People have gone with the green screen. Then I could put all kinds of different backgrounds. Like I could put that I was in the ocean or sitting on a beach somewhere, or maybe in the woods. Yeah, we could do some fun things with the green screen, or just eliminate it completely, like eliminate the background and just really kind of focus. So I don't know. I think what I want to do, and I think I have this space and the ability to do that in this room that I'm in, is just create more of a kind of a welcoming environment. So maybe not even me sitting at my desk. I have this corner over here maybe I could do something with. I've got some options. It's just maybe kind of picking something and going with it. I need to paint again in here because it's really, like, you guys can't tell on the screen, but maybe you can a little bit. But like it's dirty, like the chair hits it. So we got to kind of fix some of that stuff, and then just kind of brighten it up a little bit, clean it up. I need to get some LED lights in here, not these fluorescents that give off a weird hum and a vibe. Yeah, you guys see my hair. You know, like most people ask me why do I wear a hat all the time. It's because of this. Like this is crazy. Anyway, this morning, Monday morning, September 28th. It's a great day. Oh, of course, Keith. He says, yeah, absolutely. I try to make sure that, try to make sure we invite everybody. That's what this is about. Like, so I've had a lot of people ask me, why do you get on every day and do a devotion? People can read a devotion, they get it on their apps, They can get on their phones. They can get a book. They could get the book you've got. They could do their own studies. What makes your thing so cool? And honestly, it's not. There's nothing about me that makes this neat and cool. I try to do the best I can, but here's the thing, though, and Keith points it out here when he's saying thank you, is that I want to create community. I want to create an opportunity for people to get on together. We know each other. Yes, is there someone that's going to do a better devotion? Absolutely. Is there somebody that's going to know more? Absolutely. Is there somebody that's going to have a better screen and a better view and all this other stuff? 100%. But what we can offer and what we really want to offer here at Villa, and then even specifically myself, but this is something that, as a leadership, we've talked about a lot. Our T is and that's Jason and myself, and all the other leaders. So we get on here and we do this so that we can create community. So it's not just like Christy posted, it's not just saying good morning to me, which I love hearing good morning, and I love having everybody talk to you, but it's good morning to everybody. And that's why I wanted to share it. That's why we create this space and I've got the opportunity to share people. We got some on YouTube, some on Facebook, and being able to grasp that and see that and say, hey, look, people are saying hi, and there's a community here together learning. So that's why we do this. I am super glad that you're here with us, Keith, and everybody that's on this morning. This morning, I do want to bring to you the verse in Matthew chapter 18, and then this thought process. I think this is incredibly, just important for us to constantly remember. But in Matthew 18, it says this. I'm going to read it straight from my Bible here. Matthew 18. Get it out here. Should have had it saved. Matthew 18, verse 3. It says this. Jesus is speaking. I'm going to start with verse 2, and it says, calling to him, being Jesus, a child, he put him in the midst of them and said, truly I say unto you, Jesus is saying this, truly I say unto you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Unless you turn and become like children. Here is the thing that I want you to see this morning. Children, there's a lot of aspects of this. This is the aspect I want to think about this morning. It's the aspect my devotion pushed me to think about, and I love the thought. I want to share it with you. Children are mostly, like for the most part, they're just basically honest. And it's later that, they start learning lies and everything else. Like when they think they're going to get in trouble, they might tell you something different. But when there's not this fear of being in trouble, when there's not just thing, they just say. That's why they say what's on their heart. They say what's truthful. They're honest. That's why the show Kids Say the Darndest Things and all of these types of things. This happens. My daughter Susie, she's 3, and it was so funny is that we have this heating pad. My wife hurt her back, and so we had this heating pad for her. Later found out heat may not be the best, so we switched to ice. But one time, my wife was laying down on the heating pad, and my daughter snuggled up to her and really liked that it was warm. So she asked if there would be a time where she could use it. And so obviously there's multiple settings. So we put it on the lowest setting. We let her fall asleep, or we were going to let her fall asleep on it. And I was rocking her before I put her to bed. And she was all excited about sleeping with this heating pad. So her bed was going to be nice and super warm. And she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I am sleeping on the heat bed. I said, I know. And she's like, I didn't break my back. And I was like, I know you didn't break your back. And she was like, but mommy's not using it, so I'm going to use it. I said, I know. I said, cool. She goes, mommy didn't break her back either. She just pretending. And, it was funny because, I'm sitting here laughing. My daughter is saying that my wife is faking it, which she's not. She really did hurt her back. But she didn't break her back. And I know there's some confusion there. But that's what my daughter was just explaining, like, well, my mommy didn't break her back. She was just using it because she liked it. So I'm just going to use it because I like it. In her mind, she didn't put all of it together. She didn't understand that, yes, there actually was a hurt nerve and there's some pain there. But here's the thing is that she just said it because she didn't need to hide anything, right? She just calls it as she sees it. She just says what she sees, what she notices. And I think so many times as we grow up, what ends up happening is, kids start getting, these life experiences and they start having all these issues and these things. And then as they get to be adults, then they stop being truthful for a myriad of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why kids don't be true. It's why one of our pushes in our culture is just be true to yourself. Or Disney said just follow your heart. Like I'm Disney. I love it, right? So that's what they say, and so they push it. And the reason it's such a big push is because we want to be honest. We want to be truthful. We don't like putting up a facade, but we feel like our life has made us be fakers. Our life has made us create these fake personas, these facades of who we are and what we do and everything else. We don't want to ask a question because we might seem stupid, right? That's why they have to tell you there's no stupid questions. Well, they wouldn't have to tell you that if everyone just asked questions. They say that because people don't ask questions because they don't want to feel stupid because somebody's made somebody feel stupid along the line for asking a question. So they act like they already know and therefore don't ask questions. They act like they're okay when they're not okay because they've been told or been shown or they've seen where somebody wasn't okay and got treated incorrectly. They weren't, so they put on this fake atmosphere of everything's okay and I'm not broken and I don't need help and I don't need all of this and I'm totally fine. And so we have this facade. Well, kids don't do that. Kids don't act like that because they don't know they should. They don't know that they shouldn't cry every time their pencil breaks or the piece of chalk that they have breaks, or they don't know that they shouldn't get their hand or their boo-boo kissed every time something happens because they just think that's normal. They think it's okay to be held by their mom and dad when they're struggling or they're scared because that's normal. And eventually we say, but yeah, you got to toughen up. You got to teach them out of that. You got to, because we've said that is fake. And so then when they get hurt as adults and there's a challenge, they don't go to their mom or dad because they think that's going to be a sign of weakness, or they don't go to get help because they think it's going to be a sign of weakness. And what God is teaching, Jesus is teaching people here, unless you become like these children, and he's talking to Pharisees, he's talking to all these people, like they don't care about these things that you care about. He was being asked the question, who's the greatest? The children don't care who the greatest is, they just want attention. They just want to know they're loved. They just want to know that they're cared about. They just want to know that is there. And they don't really even care what it takes to get it. And they'll fight so they can just get attention. And Jesus is saying, you must be like them. You got to push away all the other pretenses. You got to push away all of these thoughts. You got to push away all of your concerns and everything. And act like little kids. When you're hurt, come crying out to God. When you're scared, ask for somebody to be around you. When you are struggling, ask for someone to help you. These are the things that our kids naturally do. We teach them to not do it. We tell them that as they grow up, they need to be able to handle these things on their own and do stuff. And I'm not necessarily saying we shouldn't teach maturity and there shouldn't be growth and things of this nature, but there should be no shame in them going, oh, you just want your dad? Like, really? Like, we wouldn't tell a baby, like, quit crying. Really? You just want food? You're just hungry. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Why are you crying for food? Like, we wouldn't say that. We'd feed them. Like, that's what we do. Eventually, we would, we'll say, hey, are you hungry? Go in the kitchen and get something to eat. Go eat something. Or you should have ate your dinner. Or you should have, like, there's ways of growth, but there's this constant mentality of, like, we wouldn't tell the kids, we wouldn't expect the kids to be able to just deal with all of their struggles and to work through all of their issues and to figure out their own things. And I think there's sometimes where we expect people to do that when we shouldn't. We expect ourselves to do that when we shouldn't. We don't want to appear that we're immature. We don't want to appear that we, are weak, or we don't want to appear all this. I've been teaching a lot about Paul, and so he's like, look, my struggles, when I am the weakest, when I'm floundering and I need help, and that's when God shines through the most. And so I challenge you in Matthew 18 here. Here's the thing we want to do. Let's intentionally work on not being fake. Let's work on being like little children and just asking and seeking out the help and everything that we need. Let's not worry about what someone might say. Let's not worry about what someone, might act. Let's get help. If you are struggling, if you are lonely, reach out. Reach out to friends. Reach out to somebody else and say, listen, I've reached out to all my friends and none of them care. Can you help me find somebody that will give me some attention? Will you find somebody that will give me some talk, like some communication, I just need to bond with somebody. I need something. I'm struggling. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say, hey, I'm failing in this part of my life. I don't know how to, I keep making the same mistake over and over again, and I need help. And so we need to do that. We need to get better. We need to break down these barriers. Linda says this, and it's accurate. We've been taught our entire life to not ask for help, to be able to do things on our own. And that's the challenge this morning. My feeling when you read this, Jesus is turning to all of these people, all of these disciples, and these are people that are important. These are people that are wise. These are people strong. He says, unless you become like little children. It's the same challenge now. We have to become like little children. Seek after what we need, cry out for what we need, and ask for help. So let's work on doing that together. If, like, the church specifically, our church community, we should not be a place that we're starting to, that we judge people when they say they need help. We should be the first ones to step up and say, hey, I'll help you. I don't want you struggling. I don't want you feeling bad. I don't want you being down alone and all by yourself. Let's not do that. So that's what we should do. Now, again, I know that's as a church and we could talk about that, but specifically for you today that are listening, break down these barriers. Try to stop acting fake and acting like we have all the answers when we don't. It's okay to say, I don't know. It's okay to look out for people and reach out to people and say, I don't know what to do in this situation. Can you help? I'm stuck. I'm struggling. I'm lonely. I'm whatever. Put anything in there and reach out to somebody and say, I need help. That's what little kids would do. And sometimes what we would say is right, even to an annoyance. And I'm not saying that I'm ever annoyed with my kids in the sense of like I don't want to be like around them or whatever. But anybody that's been parenting, like you. Dad, and eventually like, what? What do you need? I'm trying to do something. We don't, they do that because they need it so much. And we should need it so much. Yes, growth. And yes, we push people to grow and mature. And yes, I think that's fine. But let's be like little children. And let's get the help and the things that we need and the guidance and the love and the comfort that we need. And let's not be afraid to do that. So that's my challenge to you today. I can tell you from not personal experience, but from Scripture. My personal experience aligns with Scripture, but with Scripture is that when you seek out to God, you will find Him. When you seek answers, you will find them. And so when you ask those things, when you become like little children, I see in the example even here in the verse that God puts them up, sets them on His lap, or puts them in the midst, does this and says, hey, look, I care for this kid. I love this kid. And I'm going to do everything I can for this kid. Jesus says the same thing for you. And so no matter how we come to Him, broken, messed up, all kinds of things, He loves us and He cares for us. So it's a beautiful encouragement. The challenge is that we be like little kids and we don't try to act like adults that have all of these answers and know everything. So I do want to share, Martha is saying good morning, so I did want to make sure I put that out there. I also know that we were joined by Rachel Robertson this morning, so just wanted to make sure I threw that out there and said hi. I want to make sure we don't miss anybody when we do this. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10. I will throw a couple things out there just in case you have not heard the announcements. There is a men's cornhole tournament this Friday, and it is at 6 p.m. here in the parking lot of the church. And so if you need information, contact me or Julie Ward for right now. But we will get you the information. Nick Robertson, Jason Beasley are the ones that are heading that up. But I don't know how I don't know how the contact works. So just contact me. I'll make sure you get the information you need. I can ask any of the questions and figure that out. And then also there is a ladies' tea on Saturday. So that is at 11. And so I don't think you necessarily have to sign up. If you can sign up, that would be great because I know they're going to be providing lunches. So they need to have a head count for that. I know they're going to make some extras. There is a slight cost to that. I think it's $5 if you're 18 or older, and then it goes down a little bit. I think $3 if you're 12 or older, and it's free if you're under 12, I think. But again, if you have questions, reach out to me, reach out to Julie Ward. We can get you the information that you need. Those are the two events that we have this weekend, and so I wanted to make sure we put those out for you, and I'll keep reminding you throughout the week so you do not forget. But I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Love you guys.